Okay, just got my car back from V&F Autobody in Metuchen, and this is my third time of rejecting the job and having them do some more work, and I finally gave up and just took the car. But it still has a whole bunch of problems. So my main complaint was that the bumper cover points downwards pretty much exactly like what you would expect when a car gets a front-end collision. Like the brackets or the bumper inside, like everything got pushed a little bit, and so it points downwards. So they bought new brackets, bought a new bumper cover, and they've made it a little bit better, but it's still like this. These lines used to be parallel, and now they're not, and to me it stands out. All right, plus there's smaller things like that sticking out, didn't used to stick out. This doesn't line up anymore, and it used to. But the main thing was the parallel. If that right there was parallel, a lot of the other stuff you could forgive. But that just stands out, and it's the same on the other side. However, there's still like this here. I don't know how well you can see in the camera. See how this used to line up? That line used to just flow straight, and now it's a wider gap than it used to be, and the parts don't line up with each other. I mean, that's pushed in from where it used to be. It's like you'd think they would adjust it and do whatever they need to do to make the bumper line up right. Right, same thing over here. It's a bigger gap than it used to be, and the parts the line doesn't flow, and it used to. So here, same thing with the parallel lines. It's better than when they first gave it to me, and I've explained the problem now 3 times, and showed them pictures of the car before, and the last time they said, "Oh, I see now." So I assume that means they see. So this is better, but it's still not. The fact that the two body panels meet each other makes it so that you can very easily see when it's not parallel. It's like, it's not that it's a millimeter off, it's that it's not parallel, and that stands out. However, it's close enough that I could almost, be okay with it now. Except that I then found like lots of other little problems. So, which just indicates a lot of sloppiness. So I was looking around, and I noticed that so this bolt caught my attention. I don't know if that is, I don't remember what that used to look like, but it just somehow doesn't quite look right to me. So I'm gonna have to have some other people show me what their car looks like for this spot. So it might be fine, maybe that's normal, but one thing that can't be, like, okay, let's assume that's okay. Now let's look at the other side. Same spot on the other side of the car. Totally different screw, totally different nut, and I really don't think it looked like that. I mean, I don't remember ever looking at this corner in particular, so I don't have pictures from before. I don't think I do. But I don't remember anything sticking out quite that far. It just somehow looks wrong to me. But that might be fine. So then I noticed that they are, hold on. I'm going to have to restart this with the light on. 1 second. Okay. I needed to turn the flash on so you can see down in here. So there is a missing bolt here. I don't remember for certain if it used to be there, but it's clearly a spot for a bolt that goes through to the other side. And you know, there's no bolt. So maybe, I don't know why that's not there. Maybe in the drawings that's a part that was dropped and they don't do that anymore for some reason. But on both sides of the car, that spot, there's a hole and there's a place for a bolt and there's no bolt. But then, okay, next I see that I noticed that I was looking around at the screws that hold the wheel liner in, and 1, 2, 3 of them over here are loose. They're not even screwed in all the way. Right? This one is just like not even close. And this one here is, yep, just like not even, I don't know what they're, how did they, clearly somebody did this in a hurry. Alright, so then the ones over here are actually, these are all okay, I think. Then I was looking at these bars. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The foam ring for the brake thing. I don't know if this was broken before or after the accident, but either way, I don't understand why they put it back in broken. That's like, and it was like this too when I got it. It was the brake was on the side exposed here, so I'm like, it's like you could see it. So I mean, they put a new, the wheel liner is new, so they would have had to take this apart and put it back together anyway. So it's not even like they could like not notice that it was broken, even if it was turned like that. This whole thing came off and they put it on, so they put the broken foam ring on for some reason. I have no idea. And they didn't say anything like you know, they couldn't order it anymore, or you know, just nobody said anything about that. And then I noticed that the bar's not even tightened down. Not on this side either. It's just like, are you kidding me? So that's all I see so far. The only other thing was this my Opel grill. They can't get the Opel grill, of course, so they offered to glue my broken one. This thing snapped here. It's hard to, yeah, you can see the break there. So that is a subtle enough thing that I was okay with that still being broken. I would rather have, and they offered to glue it back together, but they didn't even glue it in line. Like, they could have made that, like, they either could have just left it alone. I'm not sure if they actually did anything. She said something about they have something that they use to try to repair plastic parts like this, like not just glue, but some kind of heat tool, I think. But there's a ridge here, and when I scrape my finger off it, it's like a little ridge. And it's like they could have totally made that flush, you know, if they're going to repair it. I would have. I could, you know. If I'm going to repair something like that, I would glue it. I would make it flush and then glue it. Or just don't touch it at all, you know. But by gluing it wrong, now it's kind of, I'd have to break it again to make it line up. Now I can't make it line up. So, I don't know. It's, well, yeah, here, this part of this black insert isn't in the pocket. I can just about tell that. Sorry, you can't see the way I'm doing this here. It's hard to get the, it's not in the, I can just about tell that with some effort, I could probably, this needs to go down into this pocket. That's kind of, that doesn't show very much, but whatever. It's just another thing that they didn't bother to look at a detail. This side's good. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's another thing. I don't remember if I even said this yet. They didn't shave down the new wheel well to be hidden behind the edge of the car. So, you know, like down here, it's behind the edge of the car, and up here, excuse me, it's out in the open. I'm like, I know the old one didn't stick out like that. And that just bugs me too, that sticking out. Like, why can't they figure out a way to push that in? But, same thing over here. Didn't bother to shave down the liner. It goes from here. Let me get the focus here. Goes from about here all the way up to about here. So it's hard to see with black on black. And even in real life, it's hard to see black on black. But you get up close, I'm like, well, there it is. I mean, it's sticking right out there. I know if I was a body shop, that's something I would have done. You know? That's it. I think that's it. I don't know.